Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca and with QueenSugar for this week. Child, that was a good episode. I wish I would have had a chance to catch it earlier, but this is season 4, episode 8, entitled All the Borders. And we start this episode off with everybody running down there to the scene of the fire down at the QueenSugar mill. There's Charlie, Romero, Ralph Angel, and Michael. Poor Charlie, when she get there, child, she just can't catch a break no matter how she try. She in shock, so it seems, because she just staring at it. Ralph Angel look upset too because he used that meal as well, and he already know what this is gonna be for him. Nova had the nerve to show up at this time and at this place because Micah then got on the phone and called her. Now, they ain't paying her no mind, child. The firemen come over there to talk to them and let them know, I know you got fire alarms in there, but actually your fire alarms never tripped. The reason why we ended up coming was because of citizens' calls about the fire. Her alarms never went off, just like them popos insinuated to Ralph Angel that his cameras might not work when they was over there trying to arrest Benny on some false charges. Them Landry and Boudreaux, y'all some low-down, crafty I'ma watch my mouth. Based on the evidence, they calling this an arson at this point. So after that, Ralph Angel and Charlie was going to just simply walk away. There ain't nothing else they can do. And that's when Nova had the nerve to think that they could have a conversation. A conversation about what? With who? Ain't nobody want to have no conversation with no Nova, honey. Charlie snapped off on her. She said, ain't no we. You don't even have the right to say that to us at this point. And her and Ralph Angel walked away. Then we see Aunt Val over at her restaurant. She's sitting there eating just as calm and cool and collected. When guess who strolls in for a visit? Sam Landry. Vi calmly went in and she said, look here, my place, I can take you messing with. But Ralph Angel's farm and Charlie's mill, no way, no sir, no how. He tried to lie and say that she should know better of him to think that he would go this far, saying his style. She said it might not be your style, but it's your family, and you need to put a stop to it. You need to do it now. Now, was it me, or did it not seem as if Aunt Vi and old Sam Landry know each other more than just that family feud that existed for the last how many years between them? He ended up sitting down and saying to her that I'ma try. She said, no, you better do it. Then we see Charlie go see Sam's sister Frances, and she accusing her of burning her meal down. Frances tried to claim Charlie is in shock and upset because it wasn't her. Oh, she would never do such a thing. And she can, but what she can do if Charlie would just calm down is make some calls and see what she can find out. Charlie said, who you calling? Child, that bitch say the people who own you, and Charlie let her know quick, fast, and in a hurry, nobody owns me, Trick. I am not a slave. I said, yes, God. You better let her know real quick. Charlie went at her and said she'd do anything to take someone down. She told Frances she don't love the land. You just want that highway to come through for the bucks. And she gave us her best white woman, I'm appalled look like, oh, and said, yes, she does. And Charlie said, the hell you do? Frances said, well, it wasn't so long ago. You was in bed with us in business to make money with us. Charlie said, not true. You don't love the land regardless. Frances said, I do love the land and the cane that grows here and how white it comes out. And Charlie said, bingo, boom, that's who you really is, racist white woman. At this point, Frances is super hot. She said, I didn't burn your meal down, but I'm glad somebody did. You need to be knocked down a peg or two. Put in your place. She said, Charlie, calm down. What did she say? She said Charlie came down and infected St. Joe. Frances said she brought her money, her scandal, and everything to the city. She says she's nothing more than a mulatto wanting to be white. But that ain't your fault, dear. That's your mother's fault. Charlotte said, don't speak on my mama, and I go where the hell I want to go. Charlotte said that lady will always be who she is right now to her face. Told her, you just irrelevant. And asked why you faked a sisterhood with me. And Frances said, well, you always keep your friends close and your enemies closest. Basically, is what she told Charlie. So Charlie said she almost felt sorry for her because, see, when she had told her that you're going to always be irrelevant, that kind of hit old Frances girl a minute, because we all know she's been looking for approval from her father when he was alive, and now her brothers. They treat her like the insignificant one. Now, when she went to see Charlotte, I noticed Ralph Angel was with her, but I didn't know what it was all about until Charlie got in that truck with Ralph Angel. She was upset, but Ralph Angel had recorded everything she said, the whole exchange. It might not be her confessing, but we can use this at some place and some time. Now, Darla found out about the mill burning, and she upset and concerned and whatnot. I guess she had called Ralph Angel, he didn't answer, so she rushed on over there to check on him. Child, he was at the house with, I think her name Deisha, the lawyer girl, talking about the situation with his program in the farm and whatnot. So I guess Darla she couldn't wait for him to return a call. She rushed on over there talking about, are you okay? He said he okay, and he ends up introducing Darla to Deisha. He referenced her as his lawyer friend. Now, she noticed that, but she ain't say nothing. Darla asked about everybody else, how they were. He said they fine. Deisha said, well, look, man, I was just here to help him with this, but maybe I should go. Darla said, no, I just came by to check on him. And Darla, you could tell she didn't deal well with seeing Ralph Angel with someone else. Plus, she dealing with her own form of backlash from Nova's book. I just hope Darla don't go back to them drugs. Girl, go. Don't you got a boyfriend? Go see him, because it look like Ralph Angel finna be tied up. Later on, we see Deisha and Ralph Angel talking to these folks about his program. That's what they were preparing for, trying to keep it. And he gave a speech about he'd never dishonor his father's name and legacy by doing anything unbefitting on that land. He spoke about how he loves the helping the men in the program work and stay out of trouble. Well, they asked him a question. Look here, I hear that. That's all well and good and all, but that mill done burnt down. And that's a concern to us because, see, if that mill burnt down and that's the one that you frequent, how are you going to be able to still guarantee these men that come into this program 40 hours a week with that mill being burnt down? He said, well, it just burned down the day before. They said true, but, you know, we got to take that into consideration as well. But we gonna notify you when a decision is made. And Ralph Angel was like, damn. Because he had him a nasty little piece of conversation piece ready for the peoples, and they hurry up and shut him down. Now, this here for Nova goes to Vi's restaurant, and I just want to know why. Biden already told you don't come back around up and through my place. I don't care if it's 10 years from now. I might not never want to see you again, girl. Don't come around here. She already promised her on site if she see her at her place again, right? Luckily, Vi was out, but Prosper was there. He told her, look, come here and sit down with me for a minute. He said he wanted to talk about her part in the book where she talked about her daddy. Prosper explains to her, yes, Ernest did fight those men, you know, who were looking at you wrong and saying little snide things. But he didn't. He walked away from there still enraged. Enraged to the point one day he decided he was going to do something about it. He took a bat, found them men, and played, baseball using their body parts as the ball. Yes, he did. As he was beating them, he realized that he was in kill mode, something he'd learned in the military. But he started hearing Trudy, her mother, singing in his head, and that calmed him enough to stop before he ended up killing them, and he ended up taking them actually to the hospital. What you saw him burying wasn't no body. It was that bloody bat, them clothes, and any reminders of that dark side of him. Proving, Nova, your butt was all the way wrong. She looked like she looked like he had just broke her face, child. Aunt Vi at home, chilling, and we hear the door open. And baby, it's Hollywood. That's right, Daddy's home. I said, come through. I was geeked. He said he got here fast as he could, Vi. And is you all right? She said, yeah, now that you home, I'm all right. She said she doing a little cooking. The family needs some comfort. And then the way she looked in that man's eyes, child, the way he was looking at her, I said, oh, Lord Jesus, if I ever in this lifetime am ever supposed to be with somebody else in my lifetime as one-on-one forevermore, I hope that man, he going to have that same look on his eye. You know what I mean? Child, yes, God. My mind went 100 places when they were looking at each other like that. Anyway, child, back to the review. Charlie meets up with the farmers, and she trying to explain that the fire was a minor setback, but the adjusters will come soon, and the checks will be written, and she can get things back to work. Now, although this is going to try to take a couple of months, and they probably can't really afford to wait like that, I felt some kind of way about them ingrates just walking out on her after all she done for them. But old Prosper came through. See, he can identify and relate to him a little better than Charlie can. Say he gonna give him a talking to and see what he can do. Then we see them at the family dinner, child. They all together, including Deisha. She in the building. They brainstorming on how to, prove the fire wasn't set by them. It was by the Landry, so they can get their coin and get things rolling. Charlie mind is working overtime. They end up telling her, look, it just happened because, baby, she's spewing off all the things that got to be done. It just happened. We got a little time to kind of get it together. Right now, just try to calm yourself. So they end up sitting, eating, and praying. And child, later that night, Vi did something that really, I've done this, but I never realized how powerful it is. You can be mad down to your bones at a person and end up praying for them. Vi was in there praying. She was having a meeting with God, asking for protection over all of them, including Nova. Even though she's not ready to forgive her, she still wants the Lord to look over her. I said, that was powerful. When I did that, I did not think, I don't be thinking on a level of, how that's a sign of ultimate growth when you can be done wrong by somebody, broken into pieces, and still find it in your heart to pray for them. She say Nova need to see the pain she done caused before she can even think about forgiving her. Nova at her house, she done called Calvin. She feeling the pain, but not enough in my opinion. He knew she was crying and asked what's wrong. And she says, I think I may have lost my whole family. He saying, I don't believe that, I don't believe that you have. She said, you didn't see their faces. They looked at me like I was the enemy. And she begins to break down. And baby, he asked where she at. And she says she at home. Y'all, can we, I ain't finna lie to y'all. I don't give not one fuck about her and being tore up right now. Because she sat there and tore her entire family apart, exposing their business. And clearly she didn't have her facts straight, at least where her father was concerned. She done traumatized Vi so bad, she done set our man away, even though he back now. Wait a minute, side note. Sister wife, next time she pull it, we like Vi and all, but the next time she pull it, we gonna have to call a meeting at the round table, and it might we might have to vote her black ass out. I don't know, cause Hollywood is not our enemy. That's a good man vibe. Ooh, I don't care about Nova tears, child. Anyway, Calvin came over, and Michael did too. Now, Michael heard about him, but he ain't never met him. So Calvin ends up going outside to make a call to allow Nova to talk to him. Nova said, go ahead and say it. Michael asked if she'd been talking to him this whole time. She said, no, we actually reconnected on the tour. We just recently reconnected. Michael then says, but he's a cop. She said he's an ex-cop. Not like the ones that arrested you, Michael. So he want to know if she ever asked him if he ever used excessive force on anybody. She said no, and I've known him long enough that I ain't feel like I had to be asking too many questions. He said, well, ask him if he ever witnessed someone using excessive force and turned the other cheek or looked the other way. Again, I've known him a long time. He's not like that. But then she began to think about it. Said she ain't never asked him that. He basically cracked her face too. Cause now she has to go and ask this man, have you ever used excessive force when you were on the force? Or have you ever witnessed someone doing it? And if you did you report them or look away? Child, I don't care nothing about her happiness. Anyway, Ralph Angel has to tell the men about the investigation and how he may not be able to keep them as he handing them out their paychecks. They upset, but they can actually see how hurt and tore up he is over even having to tell them that. He's telling them, look, I done asked the other farmers if they can take some of y'all, but right now I just don't know what's gonna happen. I can't, and see, that's why I don't care about what Nova going through, because Nova started this whole chain fall, this whole snowball effect. Okay, Charlie goes over to Mill and she taking pics and trying to sweep up a little bit, run into that sign that she had up there about the QueenSugar mill, and she breaks down and starts crying. But then she hear a noise. It's old Sam Landry. He came down to show respect to a fellow business person, so he said. She said, what the hell do you know about respect? Look, I ain't trying to hear you right now. Just leave me alone. And he said to her, I tried to warn you about Francis. He said, I'd never do this to you. She said, it ain't not one day in this lifetime, be it not in the past, now, or in the future, will I ever believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Just get out of my face. Leave me alone. And this time he did actually walk away. Now we see Ralph Angel and Deisha. They having a little dinner or whatnot. And his mind preoccupied, but he's still trying to show appreciation to her for helping him. And she is accepting of it, and she apologized for all he going through. He said, I feel like I keep letting my daddy down. Now I may even lose the farm, and I'm clueless as to what to do. She said, Ralph Angel, feelings are real, but they're not necessarily the truth. And baby, I thought about that thing. That was deep too. Feelings are real, but are those feelings necessarily the truth? She went on to tell him a story of how she was breastfeeding her baby, trying to study for the bar. The father of her child had abandoned them, and she was scared. She said her fear was either going to hinder her or motivate her. And she told him, Ralph Angel, let your fear motivate you. Let it drive you. And he was sitting there, child, them tears went to rolling down that chocolatey smooth face. I said, oh, Lord. She went over there to console him. They ended up kissing, and he asked her to stay the night. And she shook her head. Yes. I said, oh, darling, you getting kicked out more and more, girl. I had hoped y'all might get back together, but, child, look like you might have to go and on make some work with your boyfriend that you've been dating. Kiki and Michael kissing themselves. Child, everybody kissing. And they finally say they love one another. And she says, we need to start preparing for the prom. He said, okay, I'll get the tux and I'll make sure we got a limo. She said, Oh, he had told her she could pick out the color. I thought she was talking about the color myself. She didn't want to be the one to pick out no colors. She said, no, when I say we need to talk about prom night, prom, I'm talking about prom night. He said, are you ready? She said, I'm ready to have a discussion. I said, oh, okay. Nova and Calvin, they having dinner. She asked him if he ever used excessive force on someone, and he said no. So she then asked, have you ever seen a cop do it? He said yes. And yes, he did look away. And she said, why? How could you do that? He said, I wasn't strong back then. That's why I left to get myself together. And it led me to you. It's because of you I wanted to be a better man. They end up holding hands, whatever. Ralph Angel and Deisha is laying up sleep in the afterglow. And Lord Darla called. Now, I don't know if he was able to detect she was crying, but she said she was calling to check on them. And he said they good. I just hope somebody be there for Darla. Now, I know Darla done did a lot of stuff that just grinded my gears. But I also see the improvement and give her credit for that. And I would hate to see her stray off and fall off the wagon and get back on them drugs, because this is a lot. And it looks like she's dealing with it by herself. At least the support system she once had, which was familiar to her, is no more. I feel bad for her. Anyway, Charlie at home and Romero comes with some papers in his hand, and Child find out that he's responsible for the men that had died. He said he always felt bad, He always felt bad about it, and he been trying to be a better man. I told you she can't get a break. They both look so broken. He just walked out the door. I said, it just ain't no help for Charlie. Nothing go right. She can't get right with her business. She can't get right with a piece of meat. She can't get right with nothing. Child, that was a heavy-ass scene, but it was so good, and I'm so sorry I was late. Remember, next week, this review will be over on my other channel, my backup channel. I will link down in the pinned comment for you to go over and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next episode, the review from me anyway. That's it. That's all, y'all. It is now 4:04 a.m. in the Central Time Zone, and my butt is tired. So, tomorrow over on the other channel, I will give you ambitions as well as a Talking Saturday. We're going to do all that over on the other channel tomorrow. So please subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss it. And thank you all again for listening to another review from your girl, Lady Nyca. As always, remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YouTube streets. Comment down below in the panty, aka comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. How you feeling about Nova? Are we wrong for just not giving zero fucks about her and everything? Let me know, y'all. And child, did y'all enjoy how Charlie came back at old Francis? I enjoyed that, honey. And what y'all think about Ralph Angel? Y'all want to see him with Darla or stay with Deisha? I don't know. I feel so bad for Darla. It look like she ain't got nobody. I hate to see a chick out there on the limb. I really do. But anyway, y'all, that was it. That was all. Welcome to the new subscribers. Please, y'all, all go over and subscribe to the new channel or the, my backup channel. I have that linked in the pinned comment section down in the panty, honey. That's all you got to do. Just click over there so that you will catch the ambitions as well as Talking Saturday, honey. We're going to do that all over there. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I'll see you guys on the next upload. Again, thank you for your continued support and enjoy your Saturday. Peace.